pregnant in 10th grade. My parents disowned me and kicked me out of the house. 20 years later, they showed up demanding to meet their grandson, but what they saw that day left them speechless. That October night in 2004, I stood in our living room holding a positive pregnancy test in my trembling hand. "You're lying," my mother said, her voice sharp as winter ice. "No daughter of mine would be so common." My father walked to my room and returned with my suitcase. He set it by the front door. "You have 10 minutes, he said, adjusting his Yale class ring. "Take what fits. Leave your house keys." "Dad, please, you're not our daughter anymore." He flipped the family portrait face down. "Our daughter wouldn't destroy everything we've built." My mother examined her manicure. "Don't call us. Don't come back. We'll tell everyone you're studying abroad." Owen, the boy who'd promised me forever, had already been accepted to Stanford. His parents had lawyers. He blocked my number the day I told him. 10 minutes to pack up 17 years. I grabbed clothes, my grandmother's necklace, and the $227 from my jewelry box. I slept in Riverside Park for 3 nights. Then Elena Rossi found me, a widow in her 70s walking her poodle at dawn. "Child, you're going to freeze to death out here." She sat on that cold bench and held me like I mattered. "I lost my daughter 5 years ago. Car accident. She was pregnant too. She drove me to her house. This room is yours now. No questions, no conditions." Elena didn't just give me shelter. She gave me a future. While my parents told their country club friends I was studying in Switzerland, I was learning to breathe again. My son Sigert arrived during a February blizzard. Elena held my hand through 18 hours of labor. "He's brilliant," she declared. "I can see it in his eyes." She wasn't wrong. Sigert walked at 9 months, read at 3. Elena owned 3 restaurants and taught me everything. Inventory, scheduling, profit margins. You're learning to run an empire. At 16, Harvard Medical School accepted Sigert early admission. At 20, he became the youngest chief of cardiac surgery in state history. That's when the Springfield Gazette ran the headline with his photo, using my maiden name, Dr. Sigert Harrison. Within hours, my mother's voice after 2 decades. "Olivia, we need to discuss our grandson. Not your son, our grandson." Like property they'd suddenly remembered. They started sending expensive gifts to the hospital. A Rolex, a Mont Blanc pen. Each card, "Your loving grandparents." They hired a private investigator to follow Sigert. They approached him at a coffee shop. "You look just like your grandfather," my mother said, blocking his path. Sigert called me immediately. "Some woman claiming to be my grandmother just ambushed me. Should I call security?" "Yes, always." What my parents didn't know was that Elena had prepared for this. Her will contained provisions about biological family members who previously abandoned me or Sigert. When my parents kicked me out, they didn't just disown me. They legally signed away all parental rights, including to any future grandchildren. Permanent and irreversible. We invited them to the Springfield Memorial Annual Gala, where Sigert was giving the keynote. 500 guests. Full media coverage. 20 years ago, Sigert said from the podium, a 17-year-old girl was thrown out of her home for getting pregnant. Then Elena Rossi found her, a widow who proved that love isn't about blood, it's about showing up. My parents sat at table 1, smiling, assuming he meant them. Everything I am, I owe to 2 women. My mother, who sacrificed everything, and my grandmother Elena, who showed up when no one else would. That's when my husband Lance, an estate attorney, presented the documents on the big screen. The abandonment papers my parents signed, the will provisions that legally barred them from any inheritance. The emails showing they'd hired Owen to manipulate me. "You gave my mother 10 minutes to pack her life," Sigert said. "So we're giving you 10 minutes to leave this gala and leave us alone forever." Process servers walked in with restraining orders. Police stood ready. My parents and Owen left through a ballroom of 500 witnesses recording everything. Harrison Industries stock dropped 30%. My father was voted out as CEO. They moved to Arizona to live in my aunt's guest house. 6 months later, we gathered for weekly family dinner. The tradition Elena started. Sigert carved the roast. Lance poured wine. We toasted beneath Elena's portrait with her Waterford crystal.